A&E called Leah Remini, Scientology, and the Aftermath. Leah Remini, welcome to Big 550 KTRS here in St. Louis.
Thank you for having me.
I can only imagine the criticism you've taken over this, because when we said you were going to be on the show, my emails have been filled up from Scientologists angry at me for having you on. So what's the reaction you've gotten in your email box since you've announced or agreed to go public and talk about this stuff?
Thousands of letters of support and gratitude.
Really?
Yeah. Now, you're not referring to Scientology. What have I received from Scientology? First of all, Scientologists are not allowed to talk to me or look at anything that I've done or read anything that I've written.
Is that a court order or something?
It's part of their policy, yes. If L. Ron Hubbard wrote it, it's just as good as a court order. And because there's policies that say anybody who has spoken out against the Church of Scientology is an enemy, a merchant of chaos, a merchant of fear, evil, suppressive people. And so Scientologists are not allowed to speak to us or see anything anti-Scientology. And this is a church whose one of its slogan is "Look for yourself, find out for yourself." But when I was in the church, I was very aware that I was not allowed to look on the internet. I wasn't allowed to read books or watch movies that were anti-Scientology, and I abided by those things many times. So I understand the anger. They don't even know what we're saying. They just know that we are saying it is a problem.
So what are we going to get out of the series? Are you going to tell all?
I haven't told anything. I'm literally giving you guys the stories of these people who were former high-ranking executives of the church who say that they were physically and mentally abused, and average people who spent their lives in Scientology, doing Scientology, and $250,000 minimum doing Scientology, and then left, spoke out about it, and then the church has retaliated against them by turning their families against them, by trying to get them fired from their jobs, having their neighbors wonder if they're criminals because they have individual parishioners out there with picket signs saying your neighbor is a child molester, or you're looking to your neighbor's criminal activity. And so this is what they do through their policy called fair game that they say has been canceled, but their actions say otherwise.
You were born into Scientology, were you not?
Wasn't born into it, but I was raised in it.
In it.
As is most current Scientologists.
So what was it for you? What was the first inkling that this wasn't going to work for you?
Well, it definitely starts when you get to the upper levels of Scientology called OT, where you read about your this thing, Xenu, and your body is made up of other beings, and your thoughts are these other beings' thoughts, and you're curing yourself of cancer, and you're curing this was like the beginning for me of the end, but also it was just looking on the internet and seeing people talk about their abuses and them trying to turn on me when I asked questions about where the leader's wife was, why this person is being shunned, why are we doing this, why are we putting out hate sites on people who are telling their stories, and for that I was interrogated at my expense.
So from what I've heard and read and you've talked about quite often is when you leave, you sort of leave, it's sort of like an abused wife, right? You have to leave with the clothes on your back, and right. You leave and you're allowed nothing, right? I mean, you just have to start all over again.
Well, for people who worked for the church who signed billion-year contracts, they leave with no education, no pension, no job skills, and no connection to the outside world. A lot of them don't even know how to use a cell phone. So, yes, they leave with absolutely nothing. Parishioners who are in the free world are left with no money in their bank account, having to start again, and usually without their family support because the family chooses the church over their family members.
Why is it that it seems so many actors and actresses in Hollywood gravitate towards Scientology?
I don't think so many do. If you think about the amount of celebrities and artists in the world in comparison to how many are in Scientology, very, very minuscule. I mean, it's not even, there's 5 people who are celebrities.
So they
Scientology, but they're very
they
vocal
just get all the
about
attention.
it, as I was. By the way, I was promoting it, as you well know.
Right. Right. Do you think it helped your career at all? Was there a Scientologist somewhere in the upper echelons of some studio that picked you because you were a Scientologist?
No.
No connection between your success as an actress, as an artist, and your
No,
career as a Scientologist?
I believe that the church had helped me with my communication when I walked into a room, and there's some basic things early on in Scientology that were helpful. I wouldn't have been in it, but also what really keeps you in it is the fact that your family and friends become Scientologists, and your world becomes all about Scientology. And yes, of course, you were told over and over again and shown these amazing statistics of what Scientology is doing in the world. And if you're a good person, a lot of times you're in Scientology because you really believe that you're helping mankind. I mean, that's what we're told. We are saving mankind.
Leah Remini tonight on A&E. This is a limited series, or how is this going to work?
Yeah, it's an 8-part series.
8-part series, and it starts tonight on A&E 9 Central. Host Leah Remini, Scientology and the Aftermath. Leah Remini, good luck. Thanks for checking in.
Thank you for having me.
940, Big 550, Kate.